All right, y'all. Spin City Chris.
It's Eli. Oh my gosh, it's been so long.
It's Eli.
I was like, yo, like I'm used to music and then breaking it in like
Well,
you.
we'll see how that all goes. But this is for the culture. We
Yes,
are
sir.
back.
We're back.
The
finally.
return. Y'all thought we were gone? Come on, coronavirus can't stop this.
Yeah.
This
I
is-
mean, it did stop it, but Corona can't stop it forever.
we were down but not out. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We were in the 12th round, but we had to run the ropes. You know, we're striking back and all that. But we're back at the game.
No, we got hit bad because we got caught before
Mm-hmm.
Corona started. Where with the studio?
Kind of, but at the same time, it wasn't as much of a deal as Corona made it.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
definitely escalated
Because we could
things.
have it would have been done, like certain things would have been straightened out like in weeks.
Yeah.
And then Corona hit and
It was like, nah,
we
B.
were out of the studio. So now, like, if you look, I mean, well, you're getting to look. We have video. We're in a new studio.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out
little-
to Smash Studios.
A little level up, you feel me? Smash came over here. We got a nice little setup going on.
Yes, sir.
We look a little professional, nice gray walls, accents. I'm feeling it.
And there's
Feeling
a couple things that we're working on right now just to, you know, cement ourselves as for the culture, for the future ongoing.
For the future of the culture.
For the future of the culture. Dang.
Mm.
We're just putting ourselves in a position to win.
Mm-hmm.
So in the next coming weeks, you'll see what promo.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely
content.
talking to more people about interviews, getting some
Oh.
people in.
There will be guests.
Yeah,
Guests
yeah.
galore.
We're definitely having guests, and we had some guests before we took that hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
But we're definitely bringing in some more people and having fun.
Yeah,
just
we're-
talking, hanging out.
We're gonna have the same in-depth conversations, the
Yes, sir.
same, country, comedy, classlessness, just
We-
complete trash,
craziness,
but also complete
New
wisdom.
York, crazy New York,
Right?
Crazy Caribbean,
Right? There's gonna be a lot of dead assery, a lot of that.
A lot of dead assery. All right. So you ready to start?
Yeah, let's get into it, man.
Let's get into what are we gonna start with? What?
Corona concerns. This little, what's her name? Doctor.
Oh,
Forgot her name.
oh my gosh, this doctor lady
Doctor Lady. That's
threw me for a loop.
is that her official name on the record? Doctor Lady.
If I can't find it, then it's Doctor Lady.
Okay, for now we're referring to Dr. Lady. A lot of you may have seen this video that was circulating on Facebook. So basically, she claims that the use of what was it, hydrochlorine?
Hydro,
I don't know how to say it.
some. It was used for malaria. Like they use it for malaria, and like she was claiming that this one thing she's cured over 300 people in
Right.
Dallas, and
And
so
no deaths.
no deaths,
No deaths.
from diabetics to like younger people. And so when I heard that, I was like, oh, like, and I even posted it. I was like, yo, like
This is
Niger
dope.
wins because she's from Nigeria.
Okay,
I
okay.
think she's from Nigeria. So I posted that like, hey, like that's a big win for a Nigerian doctor to come out the woodwork and be like, hey, I found the cure. And then like news started coming out like, hey, she might not be as, you know, credible as we thought.
She might not be legitimate. I mean, we saw Donald Trump repost it. We saw his son
Yeah.
repost it, and like nothing against them, but it's like whenever they put their hands on something,
Yeah, we gotta
it's,
worry
it-
about.
it's like
if
we
it's
gotta
true or not.
question it now. It's like, all right, is this 100%?
Yeah. And so like she's still pushing with that. Like she's going against what's his name?
Fauci?
Fauci.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's calling him out and
Fauci's
and
like, nah, she's dead wrong, bro.
dead wrong. He's calling her dead wrong, and I mean it's just scary how like we're so vulnerable like to this virus that like someone came out the woodwork and was like, hey, I have a cure, and people
were
were
crazy.
like she went viral.
Yeah.
And so it was this like it's this party that's backing to get Trump back into office. And so they kind of brought these doctors together who like, and even though she followed studies, they said the studies that she followed just weren't big enough to give off that type of information that hey, this will cure COVID.
Like they weren't impactful enough to consider on a global scale.
Exactly. You know, like when you're reading a book or like you got to take something for like a test and you read like just half of what you're supposed to read. And you're like,
Right.
oh, I got the answer.
Yeah.
Like she did that.
Like there's a twist at the end that you forgot
Exactly.
about.
You're like,
yeah.
oh, wait, something else. But since you cut short and
Yeah.
didn't read the whole thing,
Yeah.
you know, this is what happens where, you know, now people are
not prepared for the exam, and now
there's
people
going
spreading
like
false info.
there's people listening to her and going, all right, I'm doing whatever I want. And like now there's gonna be people who you just can't tell them anything. You can't tell them no that there's actually a virus because they're just gonna believe 300 people.
I honestly have no faith in people. Keep it a buck. Like there are people I've seen on Facebook who believe that the little strips at the top of the blue masks, you know, the little plastic that you put over fix it on your nose. They believe that is 5G wiring. They, honest to God, think that's gonna kill them.
People are funny.
So like any information I get from Facebook, its credibility starts at a 2 for me.
Yeah.
It starts at a 2.
And
it has to work hard.
From like an aunt or like a cousin or like someone.
Oh my gosh. My grandma shows me stuff. I'm like, all right, where'd you get it? She says Facebook. I'm like,
the source, like you would look at the article source and it'll be like just some made up like, yo, this is a joke.
And then you read the article and you can tell the grammar is horrible.
Yeah,
they're misspelling words.
Absolutely.
They're writing words twice. Okay, this did not get past print.
Exactly.
No one
clickbait.
Exactly. No one credible went with this.
Nah, we shouldn't.
No.
We got the cure. Yo, we got it fixed.
That would definitely that would get our views going crazy.
Nah, our views would go up crazy. We just gotta figure out what clickbait, like what we're comfortable with, like as clickbait.
Oh, okay. I think we should go honest for now.
With what?
Like
honest?
Yeah.
Just like,
for now.
Really?
For now.
I kind of want to, manipulate.
Bruh.
Not in that way. That sounds creepy.
All right, I think that's a little bit too much about coronavirus.
Especially with that doctor. Like, basically, check your sources. Check your sources.
Check your facts.
Check your sources.
Check the facts, B.
Because I see it so many times where I'm just looking at it like, this is totally wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything, and they're arguing in the comments about it, and I'm like, yo, like, both of y'all wrong, because this isn't real. So, check your sources.
You're arguing over fiction.
Over fake stuff. All fake, all made up. So, yeah, that's that. Hey, you gotta
do better, people.
Yeah,
we gotta do better,
especially with like people who know that it works. Like that if you say something in a certain way, like people are just gonna gravitate towards it. And for you to use that against them,
you have to have confidence and look credible. Like the appearance is the whole thing. Like once that's
you put on a doctor's coat and it's like, oh my God, he's a doctor. Absolutely, he's a doctor. Like,
remember, I was telling you, when I saw the video for the first time, it looked like a YouTube skit.
Yeah.
Like the camera quality, the lighting.
And the way it's kind of zoomed in, I was like, oh, this is like some SNL.
Like, I'm just waiting for someone to run across the screen butt naked and laughing or something. Like, this cannot be real.
This can't be real.
But people, like, put their whole lives in it. They risk their life on that information.
Yeah, and those are doctors. Like, you have doctors really, like, they were saying that other doctors are lying because they wouldn't back them up. But they're lying to everybody because there's no cure. And it's like, yo, I don't know. The other doctor, if you watch the whole thing, he was, like, pushing for kids to go back to school. He was like, there's tests proving that kids can't carry it. And we need to put them back into school and all that stuff. And I was like,
what brand of science are they using?
I think they. I mean, they're they're legit doctors. Like she's Texas board certified, so it's like, I mean, you can't really check someone's opinions too much. She's a pastor, we know that, and she's like a evangelical, like believes in very, very spiritualistic stuff. So there's a whole other side to that, but. I don't know, man.
I just feel like you gotta take it all with a grain of salt.
Exactly. No one knows what's going on right now. Absolutely nobody.
The one thing we know for sure, coronavirus is real.
Exactly.
It definitely kills people.
It's definitely killing people.
It's definitely damaging people's lives 100%. And stuff. Like I have friends who've lost their parents. Like, so it's real. It's not a joke.
Game.
Yeah. So stay safe.
Crazy.
Mask up, guys. 6 feet, social distancing, all that, if you can.
Exactly. So like with COVID, like during that time where shut down, quarantine, like how was life for you?
At first, the first 3 weeks, because I was still in college, because we just moved to an online semester. So I had my music class, English, and I think a couple other classes, and those were okay. I mean, it's still kind of annoying because now my professor is like emailing me his lecture, and I'm like, do I want to sit here and listen to this in my living room?
Yeah. For
the next 45 minutes? But I did it anyway. Did all the classes, got my grades, cool, we're done. Then semester's over, and it's like, it's cool for the first 2 weeks. Oh, this is fun, man. I'm just in the crib, I'm chilling, you know.
Yeah.
Might go outside, take out the garbage, catch some sun for a little bit. And then after like the first month, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah,
I've seen my bathroom 60,000 times. I know every inch of this kitchen. I know how much dust is on the table in my living room. I can tell you every single channel that my family subscribes to on cable. I've watched every Netflix show there is to watch.
Yeah.
I streamed every album there is. Like, I have Jay-Z's whole discography memorized at this point. There's nothing else.
Exactly.
And I was like, all right, what can we do? So, you know how God moves. A couple little opportunities open up, a couple new passions develop. Started making music, started like, working on a little studio at home, saving up, buying some equipment, mics, speakers, new computer.
So like a
recording
cool,
studio.
Yeah, for like home recording.
Yeah.
So now you don't even have to worry about going off to the studio and.
I still do it just because the quality they have, I'm not up to there yet.
Different, yeah.
But we definitely in the right direction.
Yeah, you're working towards getting to that point where you can just have a studio.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, which would be fire, And then that happens. I joined some other companies, and at first it was like, man, I feel like I wasted this summer. I wanted to get another summer job so I could have some steady income to pay for the things I want to do in life.
Yeah.
Then, okay, I can't do that now. I got to stay in the crib. Then little doors open up. I get a little job that requires me to be online, working online with students.
Okay.
Which is fine. I'm at home. I can still earn a little bread. That's okay. Then I got a little internship here, internship there. So it was definitely how do I say this? It was baby steps, but now looking back, it definitely wasn't as bad. Yeah, it definitely wasn't. It wasn't what I expected.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Because I had my whole goals for 2020 set out. I'm looking, yesterday I went through my notes looking at my goals for 2020, and I was like, wow. It's not that I don't want to do any of those things, but this is not on my radar at all anymore.
That's crazy how things work like that, where
right?
you would expect this path and then go somewhere totally
dead
different.
Set.
Like, that's something I'm scared about, though. It's because, like, what's the balance between, like, we're Christian kids. Like, so we believe that, like, you might think you're going down this road, like you might think this is the right way to go down.
Right.
But then, like, totally you'll get thrown in a different direction. And
God says yeet.
Exactly. Like, hey, you're going this.
Psych.
Thought it was. You're going this way. So it's like, what's the balance between what I want and, like, what is my expected path, or, like, the path that I just don't know. And it's kind of scary to, like, plan ahead when something out of the blue could just, like, wreck everything. So I mean, there's a little bit of anxiety around that.
Oh, for sure. There was a lot of stress, bro.
Yeah,
a lot of stress.
I'm definitely worried about, there's things that I really, really want to do, and I really think they could take off, but it's like I just got to keep on checking myself to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, because I feel like once I go off that path, it's over. Like,
another thing you got to remember too is, like, you're working towards your dreams. And while you're actively doing it, those things are still in the future. Like today, your rent is still due on the 15th or whatever.
100%.
You still need food this week. You still gotta, make sure the water's running. You still gotta help out your family if you can. Like, there are things that need to be done today. So you've always got to be, like, daydreaming towards the future, but still stay in the moment.
You have to be realistic.
Yeah.
Like, even, like, a lot of people have been asking me, like, yo, why don't you just get your license and get a car? I understand the license part, like, 100%. I should have had my license, but the car part, I have this podcast. I have something else I'm working on. I have rent to pay. Those three things, if I go buy a car, it's a luxury right now. A huge luxury. Like, all that. Every time I think about a big purchase like that, I think of what I could be doing with that money towards what I actually want to be doing. So even though I annoy people, like, hey, I need a ride and stuff like that, but
I feel you 100%.
I need that money in my pocket. There's no way I'm spending $1,200 just to make you comfortable.
Exactly.
Like, if you need me to be somewhere at a certain time, at a certain place,
I'll find a way.
There's a chance that either you're gonna have to help me out, or, like, in payment or something. But nah, I'm not aiming to get no car right now, because I know that'll just wipe everything off the table. Like we spent money on this. This is our first time like you know, actually financially investing, but we see how big we want to go.
Yeah.
And we see like the financial strain that will put on us.
Yeah.
And I have something else that I want to do that's putting a financial strain. So it's like finding that balance of I also don't want to waste that money and waste that time.
You can't. You're at a point in your life like you can have some luxuries. You can you know have some fun here and there, but like you can't afford big mess ups right now.
You really can't. And like even with getting money, like if my mom helps me out with something, I feel liable for every single dollar that she gives me. And so like when she pours something big into me, like, hey, I believe in what you want to do, so this is what I'm gonna do to help you out. I gotta make sure that I steward that properly, like I take care of that. And so that's scary too, because what if it just fails? What if like I just gotta turn back to my mom and be like, hey, I lost it, like everything you gave me, I lost it. It's a weird game to play, but I mean it's risky, super risky. And there's this book that I'm reading called Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it's talking about risk and you know, understanding liabilities versus you know what you actually need to be doing.
Right.
And what I'm doing right now, like everything I'm doing, even though it's costing me a crazy, I've never put this much money into people's hands before. Yeah, I've never just handing over $1,000 to someone is
right?
like, oh. And the first time I had that feeling was rent. When rent hit and I had to pay rent, I was like, oh, like I have to give him all of this. Like, and he's just selfish. He's just gonna take it all from me. That's not even fair. But like now I have that and I have all these other things to do. So I'm really hustling right now, trying to get stuff together and put stuff into place. But it's crazy. It's really crazy. This COVID thing, and I didn't even get to touch, you know, Trump's money. Like that hurt the most, because it's like with that you could have put that in a whole bunch of different pockets and all that stuff like that. But I mean, it is what it is.
There'll be other times. Yeah, I was kind of annoyed about that too, because like, but my thing was, you know, like as a New Yorker, there's some point in your life where not everything you do is on the books. Like you have to hustle low key.
Oh yeah.
So like last year I was just making moves hustling, so I wasn't even focused on that. And then now it's like, damn, I really should have done some more legal stuff. Like well, you know, but it's
but all right. For me, it was more of like I could have filed and I would have been good. Because the end of my year, I worked, so I would have been good. But my mom was like, just follow me. And I was like, okay. Like she was like, there was no like benefit, like me getting more money. Well, no, I think she positioned like, oh, okay, you might get a little bit more. I was like, all right, whatever. And then as soon as I filed and got my bread, they was like, hey, by the way, if you filed with your parents, can't get anything. I was like, oh my, because I was like, all my college friends, all my high school friends who were 18 and their parents were still filing for them, I was laughing at them because I was like, haha, like I don't live with my mom, so I don't have to worry about that. And then once I realized filing with your mom means that you're like she's taking care of you.
Yes, technically.
I was like, God damn, like I just all that bread just out of my hands. But yeah, that
fumbled the bag.
The bag. And now that the second one coming up, I don't even want to hear about it. It's like I don't even care. I do care. I do. I care a lot.
It hurts.
If like by some chance, like it just slipped into my account, I'll be happy.
I won't be mad. You know what I'm saying?
I will not be mad.
Not be upset.
I know exactly what I spent it on.
So coronavirus concerns,
yes, sir.
Stimulus concerns.
We talked about
the realities of life.
Yes, sir.
But let's get a little lighter on things, right? Yeah. Let's talk about sports. So did you watch, you know, the NBA in the bubble?
I have. I've
been following it. Well,
I've been following like the fun stories, like Lou Williams going out to
the strip club to get wings.
Just to get wings.
Right. Because we go to the club for food.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's the thing that we do. I mean, well, no. In Atlanta,
lemon pepper wings.
Actually go to the strip club just for wings. 100%. Like I've heard so many stories about it. Like, okay, there's ass right there, but these wings though. Like I've heard so many stories like that where it's like, okay, it must be a thing.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna say that.
But they're in Orlando.
If I do go,
they're not in Atlanta.
Huh?
They're in Orlando.
Yeah. So, but he went up to.
Oh, he went to Atlanta.
He went to Georgia. Yeah.
Yeah, he went to Atlanta. Oh, he went somewhere. Okay, I didn't.
No, he went to Atlanta, and because someone in his family actually, I think they did pass away. And on the way back, he was just like, "All right, let me stop by Magic City, grab some wings."
Right.
And they got word of that, and that was the big thing. But I guess it was more of just like, let me actually get some wings from Magic City. They have good wings. But nobody's going to believe that.
Right,
no person you tell. If he goes home.
It's all about the spin. The spin of the story.
Does he have a wife? If he has a wife.
I think he has a girlfriend.
Like, you got to explain that. Like, you went just for wings, bro. Like.
I hope he didn't go with, like, just his boys. Because then they're going to sound they're lying right away.
It's like The Doctor. There's no credibility anywhere. Like, yo, I can't believe you. I can't believe you,
his
boys.
mom has to call or something just to get him out. Like, no, he really just went to get
definitely
food.
went there, and he got me some too. Like, what? You got your mom's wings from the strip club, and she knew? That's wild.
Okay, so Lou William did not want ass. He wanted wings.
I saw when Zion left, and they made him quarantine. I
see they've been fishing a lot out there.
The food was hilarious.
I heard it's horrible.
They was eating like school meals. Like they was bringing them like trash.
Like the New York City bagel pizzas?
Like not even that. They were giving them, it'll be like a sandwich. But it would be like, if you're on a long flight, you'd probably get this food. Like if you were in Comfort or something like that. Like a different, like if you weren't in basic or economy. Like they were feeding them airplane food.
Oh.
The Stacy's chips.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, and these are NBA players. So people were arguing like, yo, that doesn't make sense. Why are they mad? But I mean, you go from being a millionaire who can eat whatever they want, and you're meal prepping, so someone's making your food fresh for you every day, and they're making it taste good because you probably have a chef. To go into eating airplane food, I'd throw a fit too, 100%. I don't care if I'm in the bubble just to play basketball.
But I think the food got better though. They said so. I don't think,
okay. Hopefully it did.
I don't think they're still feeding them Stacy's chips.
Yeah, I hope not.
And bottled waters.
I hope not.
That taste recycled.
Because you're 7'1", like Bobo. Like, come on, bro. You can't give Bobo
that's an extreme case. But okay,
bro,
I get you.
But all these dudes in there is like massive, like 6'5", 6'6".
Right.
So you feeding a 6'5", 210-pound person a sandwich? Like, come on, my guy. Like, let me bring my chef in. My chef will quarantine with me, but I need my chef.
Oh man.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just bougie. I get my laundry done by.
So they had fits over the food. So. There were a couple crazy games, the Lakers and the Clippers.
Oh yeah.
That was crazy. LeBron, the game ender, of course.
Even last night, I think Toronto just lost their first game to the Celtics. So that was crazy.
That was bad.
Yeah. They lost by like what, 27 points?
I think 22. But that was crazy. Devin Booker hit a game winner over Kawhi Leonard and Paul George.
Oh, yeah, when he was just laying on the floor.
Oh, my gosh.
Now that's a meme.
Oh, my gosh.
Devin Booker's a meme.
They could not have played better defense either. That was just the guy is nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like when Kawhi hit that shot on Jimmy Butler last year. Like, there was nothing he could do. He defended it perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, the shot was going to go in.
Yeah.
It was going to go in. That lucky bounce where it's a big.
Oh, my gosh.
And then just dropped in, that my heart sank.
It felt like an NBA commercial.
Yeah, like they're going to slow this down.
Yeah.
A Gatorade commercial.
Yeah.
He's going to go sit on the bench and take a sip of Gatorade.
Right. All the lights are going to dim. Michael Jordan's going to come out of nowhere and give him a pep talk.
Well, he's New Balance, so.
Oh.
Ain't no Michael Jordan. I don't know who's going to come out and talk to him. I don't even know why they sign with companies like outside of what we normally wear. Like, if you want attention, I would think you would go.
I guess, but maybe some
Nike, Jordan, Adidas.
Maybe they just want the bag. I mean,
New Balance.
What's his name signed?
Under Armour.
Klay Thompson signed with like some company in China.
Li-Ning.
That's Dwayne Wade.
Yeah,
but Klay Thompson signed with I think some company in China. Like he's legit the only one they have.
I mean, in China, that's a crazy market.
Right.
Once
so
you
that's
got
the
a
bag.
shoe, they don't even care. That's the bag. That's why they went with New Balance, because New Balance is probably big over there. But maybe they got even like stakes in the company or something like that. I hope they're being smart with their money.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them.
You hate to see them when they're like 55 and they like
spend all that money and you broke now, living in the project.
See him on the train.
Dang,
like, bro, weren't you at the NBA finals like
in the NBA
10 years ago
with Jordan? Like, yo, now you a bum.
Like, you were dapping up Kobe, and
exactly.
now you here on the E train.
Like, if they see you, they just gonna look at you like, dang. We told him. We told him don't spend it all. He's probably the person that, like, you know, every restaurant.
I got this one, guys.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, put it on my card. Put it on my card.
And now he like, oh my gosh, credit card company calling.
You think they call back their old teammates like, yo? So you remember that
oh, definitely,
Chinese place we went to, definitely. The Italian place we went to Wednesday, September 25th.
he got the whole bill statement.
Yeah, I think we spent like about 2,500 there. It was like 12 of us. You think you could give me back that money? I mean, I'll loan you back. You know I'm good for it, man. You know, it's me. You know I'm good for it. Come on now.
He sitting in that apartment broke, his mom's house. How you good for it? You ain't even got a car no more. They done took your car, your house.
Oh my gosh.
Everything.
All you got left is like your old warm-up gear. He's walking around in NBA sweats all day.
To sell it to everybody in the projects. Like, yeah. Kobe touched
I'll sign that for you, young man. I'll sign that for you. Man, give me back my ball.
You see this blood spot? Kobe's blood spot. Like, dang. How am I supposed to believe you? That's not Kobe's blood spot. You're a liar.
Oh, man. Okay, so from
where we at?
Washed up ball players to Black is King.
Oh, I thought we was going Beirut.
We'll get to that. But just
right back down.
Come on, we were assuming so light.
Exactly. Let's go there, and then we'll talk about Beirut.
So Black is King, Beyonce dropped a massive project. A lot of fresh faces, a lot of African talent that we've never seen, never heard of before, but got a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
It was really dope. I mean, I didn't get to watch the whole film, but I saw some of the trailers. I liked what I saw. I liked the costumes. The production, the song choices and stuff was dope. The composing, she's nice with that. So
yeah,
what'd you think of it?
I mean, this is her debut film.
Yeah,
to Disney, like with Disney
Plus.
Like
it's the #1 streaming movie on Disney Plus. I mean, the whole time right now.
That's crazy too, for it to be her debut also. But I mean, she debuted with like a couple $1 million behind her, so it's like
couple million.
Yeah, I mean, as in like production wise.
Like, okay.
They definitely put money behind.
Oh,
her.
for
like,
sure.
There was okay, whatever you want. Beyonce.
There was a couple of those Richie Rich bags just being thrown in there.
Exactly, like they're just like money everywhere. You can tell in the quality of what they did, like their work. They spent bread. I know they spent bread. Especially it was shot in, I believe it was shot in Africa, or like in between America and Africa. And like some of those shots is just there was a scene where she's walking in the desert, and what I paid attention to was the fact that there was no other footprints around her. So I was like, there has to be a whole crew there.
Right.
Like maybe it's photoshopped or something like that.
Maybe use a drone.
But for like, they're still walking on sand, so like you would see, and they're going high up, so it's just Beyonce like standing in the middle.
She's like walking up a hill.
She's just walking in the sand, but there's like only her foot tracks are there. So it's like, how far did she walk out in order for them to get that shot? Or
I mean, I'm not a videographer. I do photography, so I know like the magic of Photoshop. And
so it's probably because I'm thinking like edited there has to be a huge crew there.
You probably sequence.
There's no way she's just walking out in the desert like Beyonce.
There's definitely a crew. They're not gonna just leave Beyonce in the middle of the desert.
But even that, you can't even tell Beyonce like, all right, we're just gonna make you walk like for half a mile and then we're gonna get this shot. Like, absolutely not. You can't tell her that.
You want to lose your job?
Exactly. Like, who's gonna be the PA that walks up to Beyonce and is like, hey, by the way.
Not even Jay's gonna do it. Jay's gonna be like,
she's not doing that.
I'm not. I gotta go home with her.
He got the babies.
Exactly.
Yeah, I gotta.
I'm not doing that.
I gotta turn this house to a jet.
But to me, like from what I saw in the trailers, Black is King gave me the vibe of like what would happen. Not necessarily what would happen, but what life is like right after Black Panther. I don't know why. I don't know how to explain it. Like. The Black Panther movie ends, and now it's just everyday life, and then Black is King is what everyday life looks like. That's just my weird interpretation of it.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. Like if it somehow just became like the in between Black Panther 1, Black Panther 2. Like this is just the regular everyday life.
This definitely gives Wakanda vibes. Like this is what we were meant to be. Like, we would have just been chilling in Africa, just chilling,
super fire.
Yeah, we would have all that gold, all that. Because I was even talking to my friend a couple days ago, like, if we would have stayed in Africa, like, and not had to deal with like colonization and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but all that gold, all those diamonds,
Mansa Musa.
oh my gosh! But
Bro.
that like we would have run the world. Like Beyonce's producing or she has a movie that's coming out where it reverses the roles, where blacks are superior, and that's gonna be really, really interesting to see, especially when it comes to America. Like to see just roles reversed. Like how would it play out? And so they're going with that.
Interesting.
Also,
Very
did you
interesting.
see that the trailer? I think it just dropped like either yesterday or the day before for the Black Messiah and Judas or something like that.
No, I
You
have
haven't
not.
seen it?
No, I have
So
not.
it's about the Black Panthers.
Oh, okay. You
It
said
just
Black Messiah. I
dropped
thought it was
with
like some-
Lakeith Stanfield and
Don't give me actors' names. I'm
it's
terrible
the
at actors'
guy.
names.
He's just a weird dude.
Is this the guy that was in Get Out?
The guy that's in Get Out, yeah, and the guy who's in. There was this movie where like he had to put on this white voice, and that's how he would make
Oh,
Lakeith Stanfield.
no, like Black KKK Klansman or whatever.
No.
Oh,
Let me just show you a picture of him.
okay, yeah.
You'll know him.
I know
Like,
his
he has
face,
this
but I'm
weird
just like
hair.
terrible remembering
Oh no, he cuts hair.
actors' names, actors like names and
This
with their
guy.
faces. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a different guy. But yeah.
But
Yeah,
him
okay.
and he was in Get Out too also.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, they have this movie coming out, and there's been a lot of buzz around it, especially with this climate. All these movies are great. Black is King kind of gave us this, sense of home and sense of belonging. Like I don't think we've had a movie like that.
Right.
I don't think we've seen anything that captures the true essence of just the African side of things.
Right.
I was even listening to Kev on stage, and he said he feels like Lemonade was the American side, the American side to African American, and then Black is King is the African side. And so like these two things come together and become African American.
That's very interesting.
And I was like, oh, that's a crazy way to look at it. But yeah, so.
But I also heard another thing, like, I think I got this from Facebook, so don't.
Yeah, we already talked about how
take
we
it with a
feel
grain
about
of salt and
Facebook.
all that.
Grains of salt.
But I think someone had said, like, why do people call themselves African American? Because there's no like America or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like people say, oh, I'm African American, but like you don't have. How do I say this? Like
American ties. Like
I
probably
forgot the
through
reasoning, but like basically that there's no saying you're
reason
African
for us to
American.
jack America.
No, saying you're African American makes it sound like you're from some country that has ties to America, in a sense. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Like South America, kinda like that.
No, okay, I think we're lost here. All right,
Yeah,
I forgot
Yeah.
my reasoning for that,
If
so
you
we're just
find
gonna.
it, just send it to me.
Yeah. I'll text you later,
look into
whatever.
it. Yeah,
So, Black is King, phenomenal.
dope.
Super
Amazing.
dope.
I'll probably watch it again tonight or soon
Mm-hmm.
when I got some time.
We jacking it, Beyonce. We jacking it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're getting a little somber now, a little more serious. So
Yeah.
Lebanon,
Yeah,
Beirut, massive explosion.
crazy.
Killed at least 10 people.
I think those numbers were climbing last I saw. Like,
Yeah, I got this information about 2 or 3 days ago, so it's probably changed since then.
So it was definitely climbing. I saw this video of this woman, and it's gone viral now. And it was her wedding day, and they were just taking her wedding photos.
Taking
and
pictures.
You saw like the change in. Like,
I think the photographer got like thrown back
yeah.
from the
And then all you see
shockwave.
is just her getting like escorted back into the building.
Sheesh.
But like you saw, like it was a beautiful day.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so eerie. It's like a movie, like exactly like a movie, because you see like the sky just changes colors.
Yep.
And so like there was thoughts of it being a terrorist attack.
Yes.
There was thoughts of Israel bombing. Like, some people thought it was that, and Israel was like, no. Like,
we ain't do
we're
that.
offering aid now. And so like we've seen a lot of things, but you know exactly.
Yeah. So like I don't have. This isn't like 100% confirmed, but the New York Times is very confident in this information, and I trust the New York Times a little bit. So but they basically, we all know about the shockwaves went through the Lebanese capital, shattered windows, destroyed apartment buildings, etc. Right? People who were like in the ocean, fishing, swimming, whatever, they got flipped up, capsized, whatever. So Lebanon's interior minister said that initial info stated there was previously seized explosive material stored there. Now, the New York Times is reporting that it was from a ship called the... Give me one sec.
Mayflower.
It was from a ship.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be. I said Mayflower, so I'm sorry. When I said it and then I realized that we were talking about something serious, I was like, wrong time.
Okay.
Bad.
So it was from a ship that had that had crashed there. Not crashed, but like had almost sunk there years ago, I think about 13 years ago, and there was ammonium nitrate stored on the ship. So they believe that's what exploded. That's what caused the blast.
Like when they showed like a above, like from a drone shot of what was there and what isn't there now, and it literally like ate a piece of a piece of Beirut. Like it's just gone.
Yes.
Like the building was there, the building's not there anymore.
Exactly. It was, so the ship is called is a cargo ship called the Rosas. I hope I'm saying that right. It's been there since 2013.
Okay.
And so basically the ammonium nitrate was stored in the ship, was about 2,700 tons, and is believed to blow up most of the port and damage large parts of the city. And it was stored in a warehouse. That's where it ignited.
Like it just randomly ignited though?
No. I mean, I don't believe that, but they haven't given any specifics yet. But they said the Rosas sank in 2015 in Lebanon. So they probably like pulled all that ammonium nitrate out and stored it in a warehouse on the port.
Okay.
That's why it was there. So basically,
because people were really going like, nah, there's no way. People were saying like it has to be some type of. Everybody wants to attach a especially with the way 2020 has been going. I could see how you would want to attach a conspiracy to this, but it seems like it's just some. Man, 2020 is just doing whatever it wants to.
So why was the Rosas there? Basically, it was destined to go to Mozambique, but on its way there, the captain of the ship was given new orders to stop in Beirut to pick up additional cargo. And I'm assuming that's when the whole almost sinking and stuff happened. They had to dock the ship, remove all the cargo. They had to store it at the warehouse in Beirut. And then a couple years later, here we are.
Sheesh. That's crazy. I mean, and I saw something that was saying that even parents and people were just trying to help out, and it was even dangerous. Now, this is from a like I don't have a proper source for this, but
it's not Facebook, right?
Yeah, it probably is Facebook, but there's a chance that this might not be true. Just look it up if you want to, but that. Like, it's actually dangerous to be breathing that type of stuff in.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because ammonium nitrate, I hear the word ammonium, I'm already thinking, like, you know, when you wipe it down in the house, you're not supposed to be breathing that air.
Yeah, you're not
turn on a fan or something. Like,
did you know you're not supposed to mix bleach and ammonium?
I would hope you wouldn't.
Like, there's been stories of, like, people mixing, like, just even from, like, going to the bathroom, if you wipe down, like, the toilet with ammonium and then, or bleach, and then you like pee, like the
chemical, like it's a reaction.
It can have a reaction, and if you're around it for too long, like if you just do bleach and ammonium and you just pour it together and you're around it too, like you can pass out. Like crazy stuff, like people just mopping and they just go slump. So
sleeping on the job.
It's a good fact. I mean, my mom ain't tell me about that until I was like 14, and I was like just panicking, like, oh my god, how many times did I mix these things already? And then like going forward, like, am I gonna remember? Like I forget everything. So
wow, so ammonium and bleach, that's pretty wild.
But yeah, this thing, I don't know. I hope it's not doing anything that's gonna damage, like, especially people who are helping. It's like,
I mean, there was a giant cloud over
it was
city.
Like it looked like a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Like when I first saw the video, I was like, "Yo, who just violated
Hiroshima Part 2?" Like what?
Yeah,
what's up?
It was it definitely looked like. And when you saw like the shockwave just flatten a building, I was like, "Bro, like it said boom, and then you just saw the building just like crumble.
Bing, 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 bing.
Like, you don't really, I mean, we see, if you want, you can look up an atomic bomb and look at what it does. But to see it happen to people is like, sheesh. And it's not nuclear or anything like that. It's just something that was just stored, a whole bunch of it in one place. And I'm pretty sure factories or whatever who make that stuff right now is probably trying to like separate it and keep it in low quantities, because having tons of it and seeing that it does that, like, imagine, God forbid, but like that ship was docked in Manhattan.
Yes, I actually, so I good thing you brought that up. I saw a diagram that basically explained what the explosion would have looked like if it happened in New York. And from the diagram I saw,
Please don't tell me it touched Brooklyn.
Oh, it obliterated Brooklyn. Brooklyn's gone. There's no more Brooklyn.
What?
No more Biggie. None of that. None of that.
No.
None of that. No more Brooklyn. Half of Manhattan's gone. A third of Queens is gone. And like well, I guess it depends on where.
My side, right?
I guess it depends on where it's placed, but it was placed in Brooklyn. Like the shockwave started there. So Brooklyn's gone. Like a third of Queens is gone. Half of Manhattan, and I think like some of the outer explosions, the shockwaves hit like half of New Jersey. So like
oh my gosh, so we just gone, like
pretty much. Like MTA system,
throw up your deuces.
Goodbye.
Like, even to think about like
Far Rock survived though.
Oh wow, that's just like, come on guys, put it there first.
To the rock.
We need to like clear that out. The whole beach going, but not for Far Rock to survive. I'll be dead and be like, come on, like. Just take a whole thing. That's like the Bronx just being like, yeah, Bronx, last borough left. Like, yo, come on, like, not them. Anybody but them. Queens, I can deal with.
It just barely didn't touch Harlem.
Nah,
so like,
and Harlem and the Bronx. Nah, I can't deal with both of them at the same time. Those are two different. Like, they're different. Harlem is different, and the people there is different, and then the Bronx is just the Bronx. Like. It's the Bronx for a reason. So it's like, if it touches and then if something like that happens and then it doesn't, you got to take out the Bronx. That's what I'm saying. I know that sounds horrible.
So we go from Beirut explosions to
don't touch Brooklyn.
We go from Beirut explosions to Bronx bombers.
Bronx bombers.
You don't see no?
I see it, but it's like.
All right, we'll move. We'll move on because apparently
FBI probably pull up to us like, "Yo, y'all talking about what's next? What are we on to?"
We can pick a route. We can go Ellen DeGeneres, or we can go new music. How are we feeling?
Let's talk about my favorite host, daytime television host,
Ellen DeGeneres,
and what's going on with her. Yeah,
that's it. You watch Ellen?
Oh, what? I used to come home from school in middle school and. Like,
she'd be playing, but it's because my grandma was watching it.
Just to see her give away prizes. Like, be like, oh my God, they got flat screens. Everybody got flat screens. I want to be there right now. Like, yo, if I could be at the Ellen DeGeneres show, like, you would probably see me in there, like, dancing, like, on the steps. Just
you would be sitting in the chairs, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he said that.
No, but you know how, like, she walks through the aisles?
Yeah, and does her little, like,
and,
two
like,
steps.
She'll pull someone out.
Yeah.
Like, you just see me, like, yo, chill. And then just, like, start pop locking. Got my hat on, like, flip it, kick it up. Showtime at Ellen.
God. I haven't seen the Showtime boys in a minute.
Yo,
what's
is it
coronavirus?
Showtime? Nah, Showtime is done. Showtime is over.
Did they all catch COVID? Like what?
Not too long ago, I was on the 6 train and I was on the 5. And this woman came on the train and she only had a bra on, and her man and she had like real short shorts on, and her man didn't have a shirt on. And so they came into the car I was in, and I was like, oh hell no. So I came out, went to the next one, and then they came over. I was like, damn. So like, I'm like, I don't know what they could be doing. I have my music in, and I got it turned up, and then like he just starts beating on the seat, and I'm like, no way, Lord. No way. And she starts singing Erykah Badu's "Killing Me Softly," and I was just there like, this is so weird. Like if someone took a camera and just like recorded this and just recorded my face, I'd just be like, Like he's over
You
here.
gotta do that face to the
He's
camera.
like one time. He's doing all the ad libs for her, and I'm just like, my music not loud enough. I hate when my headphones aren't loud enough to block them
to
out.
drown them out.
Cause it's like they'll come right next to you and just blast music and like.
Nah, like today
I
I
was
on the E train and just some guy got on the train with a moped that was like taped together, and then he had his Bluetooth speaker. So like
I hate that.
Like I don't know why he was dragging this thing. Maybe he's going to work or something. But like this thing, parts of it were like, so there's like a little pocket in the front, right? Mm-hmm. And parts of the covering in the front are broken. So he just took those off and put it in the pocket. And then there's like just mad tape all over it.
He probably
and
just
rust.
Macked. He just macked and he has to get it home. It won't drive fast anymore, and he has to get it home. He had to take it on the train. That's what happened. He macked. He was like, oh, bang. Crashed it.
Man.
Once he crashed it, he was like, yeah, I gotta get this home.
Nah, somebody came on the train, started recording him. He's like, is that going on social media? I'm like, it probably is.
Yeah, definitely.
You're going on a meme page, bro.
Or
you're
Subway Creatures.
Subway
Creatures.
Oh, man.
If you're from New York and you don't follow Subway Creatures.
New York Shenanigans. Shout out to the guys. They're probably going to be there. They're popping up.
Yo, what's up with Cena Life?
Cinelife.
See, you got,
Okay, so Cinelife, I'm going to put y'all on. Cinelife is a media and entertainment company founded by my boy Supreme Carl. I recently joined as an affiliated artist and an intern, and I got a couple other people who also work with us. So basically what we do is we create merchandise.
Okay.
We sell music through the artists that work with us. We advertise music through blogs and things like that. Create playlists. And then once coronavirus kind of backs down and they kind of get a vaccine or a chip, as Bill Gates wants, then we're going to have, we're throwing a lot of events, a lot of parties, home parties, rooftop things, get the vibe nice and going. Yeah. And it's founded in the Bronx, so I give a lot of respect to the Bronx for doing that. It's out in the 6th side.
Oh boy, it's dangerous over there. Gun Hill Road and all that stuff.
I think that's a different part though. That's not where they are.
All I know is someone told me don't go there.
Oh, I've been to Gun Hill Road.
Really?
Yeah.
Like with the big hill?
Yep.
They was like, oh no, I think they said don't go to Gun Hill Road and say a certain thing. And I forget what it was.
Well, that's New York. You just don't go to certain blocks, say certain things.
Yeah. You probably get clapped.
You don't go to certain blocks at certain times.
Yeah. It's definitely a thing. It's definitely a thing. Like, don't do this around.
Yeah, you got to know how to move.
Yeah.
You gotta know
but I'm not going to the Bronx anytime soon, so there's nothing there for me.
You say that now.
There is, but
you say that now.
There is, like, right, Harlem, like all the Dominican.
Oh,
but it's summer shut down. Well, I think they still haven't. You saw the 2 police officers that was smoking hookah in their car?
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
That was the most
Dominican thing
I've ever seen in my life, ever. Like, yo,
gosh!
Like, on the job, like, and they just got the hose in the passenger seat, and like they what happened is they went up to the person who was recording them and was like, yo. Like, can you delete that? Like, first of all, you ops. Like, no. Y'all get everybody in trouble every day.
Now we got you.
Now you in trouble.
Now we got you.
So I saw the article. It said that they were 2 rookies, and like, they got in trouble. I think they're suspended.
How did they hide that though? Like, did they put that? Because I'm pretty sure like with the cop cars, I don't think they get like you get an assigned car forever. I think they have to like
you swap through cars
yeah. So like, do they just have a deal with like whoever runs that?
Probably,
like,
nah. So this is what happened. This is what I could. Break
this is Eli's understanding of it.
Yeah. This is so boom. They had the hookah in like one of their cars that they pulled up in.
True.
Took the patrol car, went around, came up to their car, put it in the back. Right, and then when they was on patrol, they just put it in the front, and I wonder how they lit the coals though. They don't got like, they probably had it lit the whole time, like just walking around with it carefully, like, yo, can't drop it. And then like, imagine you doing something bad and you just look up and see a camera. It's like, oh no. Like, you at work
the
and you
funniest
stealing.
part is for me is like, if they arrest anybody, put them in the back of the car, or do they keep
like, they be like, give me a little hookah? They be like, yo, you got your own your own mouthpiece?
Oh
like,
my god,
I got my own. Like,
I can't reach it though. These
it's
cuffs.
like, you know how people in the hood, they always got something like there, like a razor. Like, he got a hookah thing also. He got a razor and a hookah.
Oh my gosh.
Hookah mouthpiece. That's funny.
Okay, so
that was hilarious.
What were we talking about again?
First of all, we were supposed to be talking about Ellen.
Right.
And then we was talking about
we keep getting sidetracked.
The brand. And then we were talking about
right, yeah. So I already broke down Cinelife for you guys. You guys can go check them out. CinelifelLC.com. There's merchandise available.
Yeah.
The blogs are up. There's a bunch of new artists you can check out, get put on. You know, go check that out. Cinelife LLC. Shout out to Carl. Shout out to Extra. Shout out to everybody from the team. Cool.
Yeah, and as so now we're dropping episodes every 2 weeks?
Yeah, every other week.
Every other week.
With audio and video.
Audio and video.
YouTube is coming.
YouTube's coming.
We here.
I was about to say something
we
I
live.
wasn't supposed to say.
It's New York. I feel like Fun Flex. It's New York. That's what you call.
Do Tyler Creator and make him uncomfortable.
Nah.
Yeah. I can't make it. All right. But yeah, we ready?
I think that's it. I think that's all we got for you guys today. I'm sorry we didn't get to the Ellen thing, but that'll probably be in the next episode because I have a feeling that story's not going away anytime soon.
Absolutely not. And whoever's gonna pick up our show, we're gonna find out a little bit more about that also. So just stay tuned. We're working on a lot of stuff, and yeah,
there's a lot of stuff on the way. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Coronavirus is still real, guys. I don't care what Facebook tells you.
Just because we're in a studio, does not mean we're not masked up. Okay.
Right.
Shout out
masked
to Smash.
up like a superhero. Come on.
Smash Studios.
Smash Studios for hosting us. Appreciate it. Appreciate the love.
I can't believe we're saying the same thing at the same time. But yeah.
Okay.
It's because we feel the same exact way.
Yeah. So, Spin City Chris.
Is Eli.
This is for the culture, and thank you for watching.
Yes, sir.
And listening.